Consumer consultants. Some years ago, I was considered to have a job as a consumer consultant for the mental health area, to be an advocate on behalf of people who had mental illnesses or psychiatric illnesses or depression, and bring forward some implementations to do with improving the services for clients and making it easier so the government would understand that sometimes they've got little holes in their system and that needs to be fixed, or what they call a safety net. If people are falling through it, that's what a consumer consultant does. It upsets me when I hear some people having a really shit time from other people bagging them about them having a illness of some form, where it's an illness. It's like having, sometimes when you take your medication, right, I'd say the medication side at night, it's like going from one window to the other. When you take your medication and it sends you to sleep, you just sort of like, and then at the end of the morning, you wake up again. That's all it is. That's what medication's like. But some people like to stereotype it and, continue on and call the people psycho or mental or, and then some of these people aren't trained professionals and they seem to make assumptions, stereotype-wise. But there is a lot of jobs for people who have psychiatric illnesses, mental illnesses, depression. It's really just a brain condition of chemicals that sometimes one isn't firing properly or three isn't firing too well out of 40 wires, or 50 wires, and the medication actually helps bridge the gap between the wires that aren't firing, in the mind. Now, that's a job that I did knock back at one stage, and then the second time I was offered another job at another location. There had apparently been a few people who had those positions that had committed suicide. So it was discussed that I'd reject the job and let someone else take it because, the condition was that they didn't want any more people who could go suicidal. But I think maybe they selected the type of people who were very intellectual and were business-minded, but as a consumer consultant, maybe the job pressures got too much, or they had a pre-existing condition that couldn't handle certain elements of the job. And it's paid. It's paid. So anyway, that's a consumer consultant for the mental health that I was offered some years ago, due to the training also that I had within counselling and attending training classes and a number of other areas, plus experience in the homeless fields. I've got a fair bit of experience in a lot of fields to do with people, but I use these skills more so to teach scam education or relationship education that I've been learning from spending time in men's groups with other fellas and, discussing issues, problems and how to overcome them. That's really where your training comes from, doing counselling methods or experiencing other people's thoughts and feelings. So anyway, I just thought I'd share about consumer consultants in the mental health field.